Hello, my friends. I'm Professor Hans von Puppet. The recent articles in the press now shine a very interesting light on how misconduct reports were managed, and how the Secretary General's zero-tolerance policy benefited from Malcora appointing Mercedes Gilvia to head of conduct and discipline when her husband, Michael Dudley, was in charge of investigations in OIOS. Husbands and wives talk to each other, you see. So Dudley and his sidekick Sergeant Schultz controlled the investigation's intake committee, and Gilvia filtered much of what was reported to them anyway. This did not happen by accident. Dudley did a good job of dismantling the PTF and dismissing any misconduct reports that could be called management issues. Now the wife could do the same for SCA reports from the missions, and nobody would ever get into trouble for failing to investigate anything. The husband protected the wife protected the husband, and both protected the Dowager Empress, who protected the imperial eunuchs, and Dubinsky protected nobody at all. Reichsprotector Pollard saw nothing wrong with this husband and wife tag team. She saw nothing wrong with them doing their double act on Herr Schollenberg either, ganging up on him and selecting which complaints should be investigated and which should be shredded. Still, Dubinsky recognized there might be a perceived conflict in the future. Excuse me, but if there might be a perceived conflict in the future and nothing changes, why is there no perceived conflict now? There was a conflict, but the director of the ethics office, Dubinsky, saw it was her job just to find a way around it. She recommended counseling to, quote, help them appreciate the types of behavior that they must adopt in order to prevent or mitigate such accusations from arising. So, can the ethics office explain how their counseling prevents me from perceiving that they have a conflict? If I believe that having a married couple in those two positions creates a conflict of interest, it makes no difference to me if they have had counseling, or matching tattoos, or a holiday in the Caribbean. I still see a conflict. The only way to avoid the perception of a conflict was simply not to appoint Gilvia to the post in the first place. They couldn't even argue that she got the job fairly. No, the job was a gift from the Empress. It was not even advertised. Ban Ki-moon often speaks of zero tolerance, meaning he's got zero tolerance for anyone trying to tarnish the image that he wanted to create. And reports of misconduct tarnished that image. The way to promotion, of course, is to tell the SG what he wants to hear. So the husband and wife double act permitted many misconduct reports to be dismissed without ever being investigated. If Malcora wanted to keep something buried and anyone actually succeeded in reporting it, oh dear, they would soon find themselves the subject of a misconduct investigation, and they had two chances of being cleared, slim and fat. The same chances of Dubinsky recognizing it was retaliation. So this is what a police state looks like. The legal system protects the leadership while investigating anyone who dares to speak out, even if they just speak out to stop the sexual abuse of little children.